I think with us, we're so scared of putting the wrong person in a position that we don't do it in fear that it won't be done right. And so I think sometimes we have to kind of say, like, we might take a couple steps back by putting this person in this position. But if I don't, how much longer am I stuck doing it? Just last week, we're waiting for our direct to screen to come, Unicode, all that stuff. In the interim, business partners on vacation. So like, there's just some of us doing some of the different chores around the shop. And we brought in two people that have never coded before, never, burned screens, and just kind of taught them how to do it. Because I was going to be in LA this week and next week for Long Beach. And next thing you know, I'm like, whoa, this person's really good at burning screens.
Sure.
And I would have never known that. And for the last, couple of years, we've had, maybe a person that we didn't necessarily need burning screens. And now we put a position of someone in there and they're owning it. If I didn't force myself to say, guys, I need someone in here helping me, how would I ever have known? And
Sure.
So I think one of the keys, like for me, we're obviously scaling the business, is like I give someone a responsibility and I almost like give them all the standards for it. And then I walk away from it and I see how they're going to respond. And I don't want to be like a hovering. And I always tell my employees this, like, I don't want to have to micromanage. Like, that's not what I want to do every day. Right. So like own something. And if you can't own it, let us know so we can get the right person in that position. But, if you don't let someone mess up, how will you ever know, if someone can do something like that, right?
Yeah, it is a tough balance. I've seen it, and I've seen it both ways where you're taking a bet, right, on something like that. And I guess we're going off on a bit of a tangent, but definitely taking a bet. But, if they have the drive and passion for your business as much as you feel like, no one's going to ever have it as much as you do, but they have it more than the average player, then absolutely. I think it's worth giving. But I think you can only do one bump up. I don't think you can do two steps. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean by that?
Okay, so if someone's like a strong executor, a strong worker, right? They can be a potential manager of a team of 3, let's say. I don't think that person is the right person to be a manager maybe of 10 or of manager of leads. You see what I'm saying?
Right. In the same boat, we went from a couple employees to 10 to 20, whatever. Like, I'm still learning how to be a manager of more people. Yeah. Right? Like, how do you expect someone to do that? And I think it goes back, even though it's on a slight tangent, it goes back to this. If we don't put people in leadership positions to delegate, we will get so stretched thin that we'll never be able to do what our focus is. And so, if we go back to like the dilemma that we were talking about, it's trusting people and then stepping away so that you can do what you are supposed to do. Right. And that might mean you physically leave, and get out of the shop. But like that delegation and trust is so fine, and the testing of it and all that stuff, that's where I think entrepreneurs break down. I think that's like one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's interesting. It drives me nuts. I think every year, like the past 5 years in business, I was just on a plane reading yesterday. I was like, okay, every year, what was my focus? Could I like summarize what my year was all about? Could you go back, Bruce, I don't know how old Printavo is now, 8, 7, 8, 10. Could you go back every single year and write down what your focus was that year? What did you accomplish? Like, what was your big rock that year?
No. I'm actually, I think this is going to be the first year that we have because of reading the Traction book, which will be perfect for our next PrintHustlers podcast episode. This will be the first year because it's always just been a very 2-week focus, a 1-week focus, right? Of what do we need? Oh, shoot, what do we need? It's like always fighting fires.
Right.
It's funny because this all feels like the core to the strong amount of distractions.